What's up everyone, Vu of Envu Films, and I am back with another video. Today I'll be talking about going from wedding filmmaking to corporate filmmaking or corporate videography. And this, I don't mean like quitting wedding videography and then just completely doing corporate. You could, if that's what you want to do, but I'm saying like if you are currently a wedding videographer, filmmaker, whatever douchebaggery you want to call yourself, how is it like going over and doing work in the corporate world? But before I start, I'm going to just show you a quick reel of the work I've done in corporate videography. We live in a time where film and photography is integral to the growth of your business, the growth of your brand. We also live in a time where everyone is constantly creating content with their cell phones. So how do you set yourself apart? At Blackwater Promotions, we have the answer. You need to create visually engaging content to maintain viewer interest in a hyperactive social media environment. You need to raise the bar with the quality and creativity of your content. That is who we are, and that is what we do.
Life skills.
We are Blackwater Promotions, corporate film and photography. Hope you enjoyed that. That is some of my work that I've done the past year for corporate. I actually don't do corporate on my own, like as in my own company. I work for a marketing firm as a full-time employee, as a film and photography director. I'm actually the only staff member that does it, so most of these things I do this by myself with the direction of one of the owners of the company, and you know, we have like other people that work with us that does communications and all that stuff with clients. But anyway, as a wedding videographer, you know, you would know that you get a lot of flack for just being a wedding videographer, right? We hear it all the time, wedding videographers are trash. You want to just start out doing wedding videography and quickly move out of it. Wedding videographers aren't professional filmmakers, cinematographers, like dudes who do corporate commercials, documentaries, things of that nature. As I've mentioned before in one of my recent YouTube shorts that I did. But the reality is this, and this is my opinion and what I've seen, some of the most talented filmmakers I've ever seen in terms of work have been wedding filmmakers. And I have never really watched any corporate video or commercial where I was really like impressed with the work that's being done. Most of the time, you know, it's pretty standard, it's pretty stale, right? You have interviews, it's Rembrandt lighting, you got a little kick light. It's the same basic setup, right? Males like Rembrandt, females like more flat lighting on their face. It's pretty cut and dry, pretty boring for the most part. But yeah, like I've seen wedding films that are filmed and produced way better than anything I would see on a TV commercial or anything I'd ever see on like a movie on Netflix. You know what I mean? So the idea that wedding filmmakers are not professional is complete bullshit. You know, I believe if you are in the top of your market in wedding videography, you know, when you look at your pricing, right? If you are above average in terms of market price in the area you work, but you're still getting booked a lot and consistently, that means you are probably pretty talented. You're pretty good at what you're doing. And that means you should be able to jump into doing corporate video, no problem. So in my opinion, corporate videos are boring as shit, but it's good money, okay? So if you could break into corporate, the best thing about it is that you could do like 1 or 2 or 3 projects, and those could be huge chunks of cash. You're talking about 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 grand for like one project. And some of these projects aren't even, you know, don't even take that long. It could take 2, 3 days, 4 days to do, maybe a week. And it's a lot of money for you, you know, compared to, you know, shooting a bunch of wedding films, you know, like even though in my opinion, wedding films are more enjoyable. There's a little more variety, even though a wedding is a wedding, but you know, you meet different people, different personalities. You tell a different story each time. Obviously, depending on the type of wedding videographer you are, it's pretty stimulating for a creative brain. versus some of these corporate videos, like they pay well, but they could be pretty like, cut and dry and pretty boring. And so I feel like, breaking into corporate videography is almost the same as breaking into wedding films. You just got to get that portfolio going. Maybe, you have a friend that has like a restaurant or whatever. You may want to ask, hey, you wanted me to do a promo for you? It could be for cheap or it could be for free. And bam, right there, you have a portfolio to put on your website, to load up on Instagram, to show people what you can do, and then you could get paid for it. In my case, my wedding film portfolio was what got me a full-time job as a corporate film and photography director. Literally, I applied, I showed my wedding films, and I got the job. Simple as that. So the same concept, you want to break into it. Another way to break into it is to find someone who does it. Just find a company that does it that might need some help, whether it be a video camera, a cameraman, a lighting guy, someone to just hold audio, whatever it may be. Get into it that way, and learn some knickknacks here and there about how to work in a corporate film and photography environment. And thirdly, you're going to just have to learn how to do a lot of keyframe graphics. A lot of times, if you need stuff done in After Effects, sure. If you want to learn how to do After Effects graphics, fine. There's a lot of tutorials online. You could buy a course and learn how to use After Effects and do some basic graphics. But you could also outsource those. You could outsource other people to do graphics for you. But it is helpful to at least learn how to keyframe animations on Premiere Pro. It's very simple. A lot of animating in corporate videos in the most basic form is just keyframing and animating PNG images. So if you have like just a standard PNG transparent image of like a person, it's very easy to just animate them to move around, shake, slide in and out for certain like informative videos and things of the nature. And the last thing I think that you should try to focus on is actually what my reel kind of focused on, and that was social media videos. So if you look online, if you look on TikTok, if you look on IG, if you look on YouTube Shorts, all of like the brands, all of the personalities that are growing are taking advantage of vertical cell phone oriented videos, and they really don't know what to produce in terms of content for whatever brand, whatever it is, whatever company, whatever it is they're selling, whatever it is trying to grow, and in like a very saturated market, right? Scrolling through TikTok, you're scrolling through YouTube Shorts, IG Reels, and this stuff is really saturated with all kinds of stuff. How do people stand out? It is being creative. It is being creative and producing higher quality videos that catches people's eye versus every little random cell phone video that they see in these platforms. And the way you do it is you pitch themselves, hey, look, like I'm a videographer. I could come up with like a whole campaign for you. And as a videographer, you should be creative enough to come up with a campaign for them and help them come up with some ideas to how to utilize Reels, IG, and TikTok for to build their company's image and to advertise. So that's just a completely open market for all of you, all videographers, and that's something you got to get into. And obviously you could experiment this yourself as a wedding videographer. You should experiment with doing Reels and YouTube Shorts for yourself and see where it goes, and then you could help other companies do the same thing. But anyways, that's pretty much all I have to think about. My main point of this video is really to encourage you guys who do wedding videos that you can definitely get into corporate videos. And in my opinion, as a successful wedding filmmaker, videographer, cine douchebag, you should be able to easily excel at doing corporate commercial videography, because most corporate guys who start off in there and they go try to shoot a wedding video, they're trash. You know why? Because they don't know how to deal with the ups and downs and the unplanned run and gun style of wedding filmmaking. Versus as a wedding filmmaker, you go in and you sit down, you realize, yo, everything is controlled. Lighting is controlled. You could do multiple takes. These are real actors that are hired. It's not a random bride and groom that are really shy in front of the camera. And you will find that it is so easy for you, to get good takes out of these. You find it so easy for you to get the shot. You know what I mean? Like, as wedding videographers, a lot of times, we have to compromise on the shots. We have to compromise on lighting, all these things. And in the corporate world, dude, it just becomes so much more. Everything just slows down, and then you could really concentrate on getting the right shot, get the right audio, get the right lighting. Everything is studio controlled. Everything is planned out really far ahead just to get these specific shots storyboard. And you could also do this with wedding videos. No one's stopping you from like pre-planning that much. But if you're doing 30, 40 wedding videos a year, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do all that. You know what I mean? Versus this 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 big corporate videos that you get to plan for and obviously get paid to plan for, then you're golden. So I hope this video helped you out. I hope you found it insightful. And till next time, lighten up.
Hey man, wedding video is not real filmmaking.
Oh yeah? So what is it?
It track it for the beginner. If you want to be professional, you have to do commercial, you have to do corporate, you have to do documentary. You're not a real filmmaker. You're a video guy.
I actually think you could film a wedding. You could film anything else considering there's not that much control.
The wedding video, it's so easy. I do it already when I in the high school.
In your village back home?
No man, in the USA.
Let me see your wedding work.
Let me show you. Time, life, moment. It's short. You blink and week, month, year pass by.
It's amazing.
It's award winning.